StoryTime with Freak Genius TV, and today's story is the first time we met French Montana. It was the time when me and Top of New York, shout out to Top of New York, my boy Tony, we go to Don Hills, that's in downtown Manhattan. So we go to Don Hills. It was just a showcase. We didn't know, it was some Wu-Tang members there. Capadonna was there that night. Maserati Fox was there. French Montana was there. Now, at the time, we in Freeport, we was in tune with French Montana. Like, that was one of our favorite artists. Like, we knew he was on the come up and he was gonna blow up. Like, we would listen to his music and everything. So when French Montana hit the stage, we're like, oh, French Montana's on stage. But he was on stage with like 50 people. It was at least 50 people. Maserati Fox was there with him. Rest in peace to Maserati Fox. He performed Straight Cash, which was like our song during that time. So he's over here performing, and I just make my way through the crowd. I make my way, this cameraman all in front of us. Man, I had the brightest light out of everybody. And I just make my way, and like, I got this trick where I put my elbows up. You know what I mean? If you give me space, I'm gonna lift my camera up and I'm gonna put my elbows up. So you're gonna bump into me, but you're gonna bump into my elbows. So now I'm like this with the camera, and the light is just shining bright on French. So I'm following him everywhere he goes. I capture the whole performance. Me and Top of New York, now we go outside. French Montana's outside chilling. Now this is when he's still being called Frenchie. Cocaine City is out. So he's still in the DVD game and everything. I go when his music career just starting. So we go outside, and French looks at us, and he just tapped me. He goes, yo, man, what's up, man? Yo, who do you work for? He goes, yo, man, Freak Genius TV. Yo, this right is Top of New York. We just doing our thing. He was like, yo, I like the way y'all film, man. Yo, what's up? Let me get your number. Boom, just like that. We took each other's numbers, and I called him the next day. I was like, yo, man, what's up, man? Do you want this footage? He was like, yo, I'm coming through. Where you at? At the time, we had 8 West Studios, so I'm in tune with French. We bump in with Max B. They were recording the first Coke Wave mixtape, the Disturbia freestyle. He did his thing with that. And then we go back to Yonkers another day, and we bump into Jadakiss, where he just did his New York Minute freestyle with French. So now Jadakiss, he's like, yo, we go to D-Block Studios for this. I got the footage. So he goes, yo, play that shit for French. He plays it. Yo, French is going just like, whoa. He's like, whoa, yo, because Jada bodied that shit. He went crazy with it. So we get that footage. Now we're going all over with them, man. We're going to Boston. We're going to Connecticut. We're going to Rhode Island. And we're just learning the game, messing with French. And we're like, yo, man, this dude is up next, man. This dude is going to blow up, man. Sure enough, he blows up, man. So shout out to him. And that's my story time. And that's how we met French Montana. Good to see him doing his thing out there. Always be prepared whenever the opportunity comes, man. I know you guys heard about 50 shutting down that whole BMF and Rick Ross concert. See, that's what you get for messing with 50 and being disloyal. And Rick Ross is just an opportunist. He was just there for the pictures and just to try to clown 50, but 50 got the last laugh on you guys. And he shut down. See, the thing about 50 is that he shuts down things. And what you guys didn't read, which I read, is the 50th law. You guys didn't read this. You see this? I read this in jail. And I used Let me show you what I use. I use the commissary slips as bookmarkers. In the months to come, Curtis thought more and more about the truth that truth had told him and began to sink in. He decided to transform the hustler's word into a kind of code that he would live by. He would trust no one. He would conceal his intentions, even from friends and partners, and no matter how high or low life brought him, he would remain supreme realist, keeping the hustler's eyes sharp and focused. Over the next few years, he became one of the savviest hustlers in the neighborhood, operating a small crew that brought him good money. See what I mean? That's page 29 in the 50th Law of Power. I read this. You know, if Big Meech would have just waited, and come on, man, Rick Ross never looked out for you. He never did nothing for you guys. And then you want to go ahead and take a picture just for a few dollars. Now you messed up your son's career. You messed up the BMF show. You messed up your stuff. Now you got to give back all the tickets that you sold. It was a whole big thing. There was dudes on there talking about, yo, man, I flew over here for this and that. And yo, like, come on, guys. Where's the loyalty at? I thought this thing was about loyalty. Just to give you know, because for you guys who don't read the 50th Law of Power, right? I'm gonna teach you guys some of the stuff and what goes on in 50's head and why he is able to destroy all of his enemies. He is not nobody to play with. Now look at this. You will be able to endure the initial months of dull, repetitive labor because you have an overall goal. This will prevent you from short-circuiting, knowing many things but mastering none of them. In the end, what you really will be doing is mastering yourself, your impatience, your fear of boredom and empty time you need for constant fun and amusement. The following are 5 principal strategies for developing the proper relationship to progress and process. Progress through trial and error, right? Master something simple. You experiment, you take hard blows, and you see what works and what doesn't work in real time. You expose yourself and your work to public scrutiny. Your failures are embedded in your nervous system. You do not want to repeat them. Your successes are tied to immediate experience and teach you more. You come to respect the process in a deep way because you see and feel the progress you can make through practice and steady labor. So with that being said, read this book, fellas.
Okay, yeah, I got a lot going on. Whole lot of motion, a whole lot of what you been on. Cause a commotion, ain't got time to look at my phone. And I've been putting it on. Okay, yeah, I got a lot going on. Whole lot of motion, a whole lot of what you been on. Hey, cause a commotion, ain't got time to look at my phone.